Hey everybody, this is Bill. I am the salty old Marine. Let's talk about the top three things that veterans miss when filing their VA disability claims. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Number one, failing to show an in-service event. What do I mean by that? For every VA disability claim, primary, the first thing you have to explain is, how is this related to your military service, right? In other words, if I'm claiming a VA disability for flat feet, yeah, that's a claim, by the way. So if I'm going to file a claim for flat feet, I have to tell the VA, how is it that the military caused my flat feet? So that's number one. Now, there's a lot of ways to prove that. You can prove it through medical records in service. You can prove it with, or help prove it with buddy letters and things like that. But in any case, you must demonstrate your in-service event. That's the first mistake many veterans fail to provide when they file a VA disability claim. Second, current diagnosis. So, say you have flat feet, you're filing a disability for flat feet, and there's something in your VA medical records, in your service medical records, that says you were diagnosed with flat feet while you were in the military. Terrific, you got that first part done. Do you have flat feet? You're going to need a current diagnosis. That's the second thing that many veterans miss when they file that VA disability claim. You're going to have to go to a doctor, a VA doctor, a civilian doctor, some kind of a doctor, and you're going to have to get a diagnosis of flat feet. Now, if you can, get your doctor to fill out a DBQ, a Disability Benefit Questionnaire. That actually has a spot on it for the diagnostic code and some explanations as to what it is, how it's been diagnosed, what does it mean, how does it affect your daily life, are you taking medication as you're getting therapy, do you have to wear heels, arch supports, whatever. All of that would go in there, right? So that would prove your current diagnosis. You don't have to have a DBQ, but you do need something to show that you are currently diagnosed. Number three, and perhaps most important, and the thing that is most often missed in VA disability claims, is the connection between your in-service event and your current diagnosis. So in between these two, there has to be something called a nexus, Nexus. What is a nexus? It can be thought of in a very simple way. If you have flat feet today, and you had flat feet while you were in the military, can you prove that your flat feet that you have today was caused by the flat feet that you had while you were in the military? Now, that might seem like it's a no-brainer. That might seem simple. Why do I even have to think about that? I've got flat feet, man. I proved that I was diagnosed with it in the military. I have a current diagnosis. How can they not be related? Trust me on this. The VA will find a way. The VA will find a way to say, you know what, these two are not related to each other. And if that were to happen, then your claim would be denied. So this is where you have to provide that connection. You can do it in a variety of ways. Say, for example, you've been married for a long time and your spouse says, wow, I've seen his flat feet and I've heard him complain about his flat feet since the time we were married. And by the way, he was in the military when we were married. So after all these years, his flat feet then are his flat feet now. They're the same. Great. That might just well do it. You could get a letter from a doctor saying, at least as likely as not, that your flat feet in the military caused your flat feet today. That's called a Nexus letter, an independent medical an IMO, an independent medical opinion. That might be all you need as well. But you have to prove it. Or the VA may or may not accept your current your original in-service event and your current diagnosis. So those are the three things you have to have for your successful VA disability claim: in-service event, current diagnosis, a connection between the two. Now, the in-service event could be, in some cases, a secondary. So, for example, let's say you're claiming sleep apnea. And let's say your claim is that your sleep apnea was not originally did not originally occur while you were in the military, but instead you suffered from PTSD, which did occur while you were in the military and which you are already service connected for. So if you want to claim that your sleep apnea was caused by your PTSD, that's called a secondary claim, and that can be successful. You'll still have to prove the nexus. So the only thing that's different is, instead of the in-service event, you're going to show the in-service event that was the original claim that caused the secondary claim, right? Have you got me there? So you've already got to be service connected for the first claim. Now you can claim the secondary. And if you can make that connection, that nexus, then your claim could be successful for that. But again, three things. Most veterans who file their claims and have them denied are missing one or all of those three things. So see if you can get all three things in your claim. Get it as airtight as possible and submit your claim. And hopefully that claim will be successful. I hope you found this useful. I'm Bill. I am the Salty Old Marine. Please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. I do see the comments. I read every single one of them. And as always, have a great day.